Whoa there. Wait, is the video going? Oh, it is going. Okay. So I'm just gonna run through these guys real quick. I don't know where my marker is, so I can't use my whiteboard. But hopefully you can still see this. Y equals 2 cosine x minus 1. Careful, the cosine's in there. Amplitude, vertical shift, horizontal shift, period, and then your increments. So for this one, your amplitude is going to be your y, and if it's on the outside, it's affecting your y. So your y, your amplitude is going to be 2, because that's the number right there. Your vertical shift is going to be the number on the outside. It's not in reverse. The number on the outside is -1, so your vertical shift is going to be -1. Your horizontal shift, there's nothing in there with the x, so it's going to be 0. Your period is going to be, there's nothing happening to the x, so it's just going to be 2 pi, and your increments are always your period divided by 4. So 2 pi divided by 4 is just pi over 2. So pi over 2. And your increments, your period and increments are always going to be this unless something's happening to your x, but that's your base increments. So number 2, let's see, y equals negative sine 4x plus 2. Your amplitude, I'm just going to do it in this order. I'm not going to bother writing A, V, P, H, I. Your amplitude is going to be, your amplitude is just going to be, I don't think it's negative, so assuming that it's not negative, we're just going to ignore that negative sign right there. Your amplitude is just going to be 1. Because nothing's happening on the outside to the y. There is something happening to your outside and your y here that's going +2, so that's your vertical. Your horizontal, there's no plus or minus inside, so your horizontal is going to be 0. Your period is 4 times greater than what it normally is. So instead of, oh, but it's the opposite, right? So it's being multiplied by 4, which means you're going to divide by 4. So 2 pi divided by 4, because you're multiplying, so therefore you're dividing, because you always do the opposite when it's on the inside. That means pi over 2 is going to be your period. So your period is going to be pi over 2, and then your increments are going to be that divided by 4. So pi over 2 divided by 4, that's just 2 times 4, so that is just pi over 8. Number 3, can you see everything? Yeah, you can see everything. So number 3, which one is number 3? Y equals -3 cosine of 1/2 x. So, let me sure I get this in the frame. Okay, yeah, we're good. So for this one, your amplitude is just going to be the number in front. So it's going to be 3. I don't believe it can be negative. Coop might correct you on that and say that it is negative. I don't know, but we're just going to go with 3 for now. 3 is on the outside. There's no number on the outside for the y, so your y shift, your vertical is 0. There's no number inside of the x. It's not x plus anything, it's just x, so that shift is also 0. And it's a half x, so remember, you always do the opposite. So on the inside, you're going to be, instead of dividing by 1/2, you're going to be multiplying, or, yeah, instead of going half, you're going to double it. So if your period would normally be 2 pi times 2, well, that's just 4 pi. So your period's going to be 4 pi. And if your period's 4 pi, then your increments are going to be 4 pi divided by 4, which, as you can guess, is just pi. Number 4. I think this is the last one. Y equals 1/3 sine of x minus pi over 2. And I'm getting a call right now. If you can hear my phone vibrating, I'm not going to answer it. So, amplitude is going to be 1/3 of your normal amplitude, so it's just 1/3 because that's the number in front. Is there a number with the y? No, there's not. There's nothing there, so it's going to be 0. Is there a number on the inside? Yes, there is. It's minus pi halves, but remember we're on the inside, so we do the opposite. Therefore, it's going to be positive pi over 2. I just wrote another pi there. Pi over 2. And there's nothing happening to your x, so it's just normal. It's going to be 2 pi and pi over 4. That's everything.